God created heaven and earth, and the earth was without form, and was void, and the darkness covered the deep, and the Spirit of the God was upon the waters. And then he said, "Let there be light." And there was light, and they saw light was good. Then he called light day, and darkness he called night. So now, when you say that the world was not created, who gets the light? The light is just a small portal, as we know, and that one is a machine which moves across the space with a speed of 3.0 times 10 power 8 meters per second. That is the approximate speed of which we measure. But as we know, the photon keeps accelerating. So it can accelerate to a maximum speed of about several times the way we think. That is why in relativity, we say that the photon is the distance can contradict, and also can expand. So now, when the distance contradicts, that means the speed of light has accelerated. When the distance expands, the speed of light has accelerated, has decelerated. So that is why the photon keeps on accelerating and decelerating, and that is what we call light. And the light, that was the first day when the light was formed. The first day, we can call the first physical day, because before there was a metaphysical days, where it does not depend on photon, it depends on other things which we cannot know today. For example, we know that 1 second, 1 day, is equivalent to 1,000 years of metaphysical time. 1 day is equivalent to 1,000 years of physical time. And the one day of metaphysical time is equivalent to 1,000 years of physical time. That means it depends on other things like magnetism, which revolves around the planet Earth about 980 years. That is approximate, because we don't know accurately how much it revolves. It can say it takes 1,000 years to go around the Earth, one revolution of magnetism. So magnetism is another thing which can determine the time of metaphysical time. Other things is in gravity. Gravity, as we know, gravity is either repulsive or attractive. Gravity can be attractive when it is pushing things towards the center of the little matter. But gravity is repulsive when it pushes things away from the center of the little matter. That is why the universe keeps on expanding the way we know it. It expands with the speed of light, because it goes with 3 dimensions. It can expand in length, width, and height, creating little matter, which we call them bodies of heavenly bodies. For example, in our galaxy, we have what we call Milky Ways. Milky Ways, they revolve around us, but we don't know which pushes things which pushes them to revolve around us. But what we know is this: gravity is connected towards us, towards the solar system. So now, when the Milky Way is being pushed towards the Milky Way, towards our galaxy, they revolve with a very maximum speed. The speed can go up to 100 times the speed of light. But because we are so far, we can't measure the gravity. That is why the gravity always appears to be like, let's say this one is our universe. This one is our universe. a very bright line dot. Then this is our Milky Way. They just go out like this around the galaxy, but they revolve with the two wings. So there is one which is moving like this, the other is moving like this, and all of them they come to create what we call our galaxy, with billions and billions of stars surrounding us. Some stars are dwarf, others are very live and very big, more million times bigger than our sun. That's what we call our stars. But now you can ask yourself, who can create that big mass like that? If it's not our creator God, Yahweh, Yahshua was the one who was creating those things, as we know long time ago. But he was under Yahweh, Yahweh. Yahweh created those big bodies, so that we can see how magnificent and how powerful he is. So that we can depend on him. That is why in Genesis chapter 1 to 5, it is explaining about our light, our beginning of our universe, which we call God is beginning creating heaven and earth. That is true. We can't guess it otherwise. And then the earth was without form. No, just look at it. It was without form. Just take something without form. It is something which has no definite shape, and something without indefinite mass, without indefinite velocity, and then something like that. So the earth was void and without form. And then now, it's just, and the darkness was covering the deep, meaning the darkness was the first thing which was in the universe. The darkness was deeper, such that no one could understand what was happening inside the darkness. So he commanded, "Let there be light." And then when he commanded, "Let there be light," that is automatic micro kingdom, which created the photon. And then they keep creating the photons. The photons they move on, just like our computer. When we will move to that stage where we will create our machine with just a command. You just command, let me create a phone, and the phone will be created instantly, and you'll see the phone working for you. And that's how it will work. Even a car, you can say, let us create a car, and the car is created, and you see the car is moving with whatever you want. So that's what we call automation. So the first person to create automation was Yahweh, our creator. He created automation so that he can just command and the things happen. Just the way you push a button of your phone and it does whatever you want. For example, this one is kifaru kubwa. This one is kifaru and the sunlight there with the two lines. Now, if you take this kifaru as our normal kifaru, which we know as a tank, it is different from this one, but it works a lot of work. Does that mean it came from nothing? No, it was created by mankind, so that they can fight with their wars, and their wars can be much more simplified. So, the same way with this kifaru, which was created by our creator, and it is here for us to make us appear more satisfied with this kifaru, and you can see. So that is what we can say about our Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to 5. That is light. And some people, they say that light has no mass. That's something which they contradict themselves. What is matter? Matter is anything which is space and has weight. So if light has no mass, then light is not matter. What is light is it? Light is a different thing. You can say like that. But when you study other, light is just an energy which we use in our solar system and in our light universe. So, light has a mass. Only that, because it has it so fast and it is so quickly, we can't get the mass of photon. That's why we say photon is massless. But when you calculate photon very clearly, it is about 8.85, 8.23 meters, 8.23, 25, 8.35. It is just about 8 point something, 8.35 to 8.7 times 10 power negative 28 kgs. That's the light we have. The photon as that massive. It's just like a bullet. When a bullet is being shot, the only person who feels the mass is the one who shot the bullet. But when it is moving about the space, it appears massless unless it is a target. And at that time we see that the target is now revolving, doing some somerset, and somehow die. So that is all we can say the bullet actually has a mass. But the photon has a mass because it has a momentum. For example, when a photon is a proton, an electron, the electron recoils, meaning it has a such a massive object, which it has collided with it, which we call a photon. So photon has a mass. The mass of photon could be 8.35 times 10 power negative 28 kgs. But because it is always accelerating, we can put it there per second or whatever you can put it, but it is always accelerating because all that mass is converted into kinetic energy. And that kinetic energy is what we call our energy. Kinetic energy. And also sometimes it antagonizing between kinetic energy and it. So we can say kinetic energy and the momentum. Kinetic energy and momentum, meaning sometimes the motor can have so much momentum, but very little kinetic energy, or so much kinetic energy, but very little momentum. So that's how photon works. And it can occupy all of the areas from radio waves up to gamma rays. That's how photon can occupy all those areas. Meaning that it is part of the photon, which pushes the matter so that the matter can expand or move. It is just a photon pushing the matter so that the matter can either move or stop or whatever they can do. So the matter can move and the photon, how do we call it? But when the matter is moving, we say for example, our water is boiling, our air is expanding, our metals are expanding, our wood are burning, because the matter is moving. But when the matter is stagnant, assuming that now the matter is stagnant, that one we call them we can go there in radio waves. The matter, what is moving is the photon, but the matter is stagnant. So now there, the photon doesn't push the matter, but it more moves around the matter to go to the next level. So that is why the radio waves can communicate to us, all over the world. It can transmit information from one spot of the globe to the next spot of the globe, because the photon is bending around the corners and moving all over the world. So that it can spread our information to everybody who wants it. It isn't that it can control our remote control. It can control some objects. For example, for Range 1 is controlled by electromagnetic waves, which we call them radio waves. They control that distance for range in a far place, about 1.6 billion kilometers away from us, or more than that, because the radio waves can go around the corners and bend in the matter, but it will carry the information. Information doesn't get lost. It only becomes denuated such that it has to be amplified again, so that it can move further and further. Have a nice time. If you want to like this video, you can like it, and if you want to send me some coins, you can send me through this number +254 743 160,119, and we will open our universe together to see what the matter holds. For example, our universe can be like this, but this is just a curve. Thank you.